Hey, welcome all. So today our problem is on differentiation. If y equals to e to the power m sin inverse x, then they have already given an expression for the problem, right? 1 minus x square d2y by dx square minus x into dy dx minus k equals to 0. So with the help of this expression and with the help of this expression, we need to find the value of k. We need to find the value of k, right? So as you know, or as you can see that we need to find d2y dx square and dy dx, so we have to differentiate the main function, which is y equals to e to the power m sin inverse x. So let us differentiate it first and proceed along with. So if we differentiate it with respect to x, it will be e to the power m sin inverse x, and for m sin inverse x we need to again differentiate it. If it is e to the power x, then dy dx only would be e to the power x. As it is e to the power m sin inverse x, that means we need to again differentiate the m sin inverse x part. As you know, m is a constant part, so take m as constant, and the derivative or differentiation of sin inverse x is actually 1 by root over 1 minus x square. Fine. So dy dx of this function is this much. Okay. Now, as you can see, we already have a root over of 1 minus x square in the denominator. If we cross multiply it to the left hand side, then we will get root over 1 minus x square into dy dx equals to e to the power m sin inverse x into m, like this m. Okay, so m e to the power m sin inverse x, and this denominator was cross multiplied to this side, right? Now as you can see, almost a similar term, right? There is 1 minus x square and we have got root over of 1 minus x square. Okay, so we can square both the sides, so at least we will get this term. Okay, what I mean to say, suppose, okay, let us do the square later. Let us do one thing. So now we will again differentiate both the sides with respect to x, right? So if we differentiate root over 1 minus x square, it will be 1 by 2 root 1 minus x square, and the differentiation of 1 minus x square would be minus 2x, because the differentiation of 1 is 0 and differentiation of minus x square would be minus 2x. Okay, so we have differentiated it. We need to take it as constant. Now we will differentiate dy dx. That is why it is, we have written d2y by dx square. Then we need to make this part constant. Okay. And in the right hand side, as you know, m is a constant term, so the differentiation of m will be definitely 0. So we need to find the differentiation of e to the power m sin inverse x. So we have already found out differentiation of e to the power m sin inverse x as this one, right? This is the differentiation of e to the power m sin inverse x. So just putting an m before for this m, so we can write the differentiation of this part is this one, right? So it will be m. Okay, let me write this part. E to the power m sin inverse x into m divided by root over 1 minus x square. Fine. Now we can cancel out this 2. Okay. And so what we have right now, if we do the LCM, we'll get root over of 1 minus x square at the denominator, right? And so it will be minus x on minus x dy dx plus 1 minus x square d2y by dx square. I hope you can understand. Okay, just follow step by step and just follow the method how I have proceed with the sum. Okay, and just you need to keep in mind the normal formula of the differentiation. Now, if you watch closely, we have covered the left hand side. Okay. Now, in the right hand side, we have m into m. So, we are writing it as m square. And we have e to the power m sin inverse x. Just look at the value of y. We have y equals to e to the power m sin inverse x. Right. So, can we replace this one as y? Did you get my point? Okay, I think the problem will contain minus ky. Just let me look at the problem. Yeah, it will be minus ky. Okay, it will be ky with it, right? That is what I'm thinking, because y is already appearing in the problem. Okay, so we have already y equals to e to the power m sin inverse x. So we can easily replace e to the power m sin inverse x as y, because we need to find the solution in this format, and we have the y in the resulting expression. Okay, so m into m square for e to the power m sin inverse x, we are writing y, and we have 1 by root over 1 minus x square. As you can see, from both the denominator of both the sides, we can cancel out root over of 1 minus x square. Okay, so if we write the line again, what we can write, like we have 1 minus x square d2y by dx square. So we have got this part, right? So we can write 1 minus x square d2y by dx square, and we have minus x dy dx in the resulting expression. So we have minus x dy dx, as you can see. Okay, so minus x dy dx, right? And if we take m square y part to from right hand side to the left hand side, automatically it will be minus m square y, like it will be minus m square y. Remember, we have already cancelled out both the denominators, so we can easily take this from right side to the left side. So now you compare this line with the resulting expression. We have 1 minus x square d2y by dx square. We have minus x dy dx. So we have minus x dy dx, and we have minus k into y. So we have minus m square y. So as you can see, if you compare the resulting expression with the solution, the k will be minus m square, because here is a minus sign. Sorry, k will be m square, because there is a minus sign before k also, and there is a minus sign here also. So k can be termed as m square. So m square is the right answer. Okay. So k equals to m square by comparing. Okay, but by comparing, that would be enough. I hope you have understood how I have solved the problem and found the value of k. Okay, just go step by step as I always mention, and try to apply your brain why I have used this concept, right? Let's suppose e to the in place of e to the power m sin inverse x, why I have put y? Why didn't I proceed with the e to the power m sin inverse x? Because my resulting expression, we do not have anything related to e to the power of sin inverse x. So I can see that in the resulting expression only x square related term, or only dy dx and d2y dx related term will be there. So that is why I have proceeded this much. Okay, and accordingly we need to modify the problem. As we know in mathematics, for several reasons we need to modify a problem. Like for example, 2, it can be written as 4 minus 2. It can be written as 8 by 4. So depending on the problem we are solving, we need to modify our problem. That we do in the mathematics, right? Okay. So in this problem, it might look almost similar to the previous problem. Just in the previous problem, we had e to the power m sin inverse x, and in this problem, we have cos inverse x whole square. But the resulting expression is almost same. In the previous problem, there is a minus ky term, and there is no minus ky of this kind of. So, what I mean to say that we will proceed this problem like the previous one itself. Okay. So we will start from and you have the options for this problem, right? So just here we need to find the value of this expression. Okay. So we will proceed from this expression, definitely this function I mean to say. So we need to first differentiate with respect to x at both the sides. Okay. Like dy dx equals to 2 cos inverse x, y2 cos inverse x. I am also repeating once. Suppose it is any function, it is algebraic function. Right now this is a trigonometrical function, is an inverse function. Okay, if it is x square, then we would have written 2x, because we are differentiating with respect to x. So similarly, consider cos inverse x as a x only. So similarly, it will be 2 into cos inverse x, and as it is not x, instead of x we have cos inverse x. That's why we will be doing a differentiation for cos inverse x again, right? If it is x squared, then it would be 2x into ddx of x. So ddx of x means 1. That's why we do not generally do the ddx of x part. But apart from x, any other part we need to again differentiate it. Okay. In fact, I have mentioned this kind of things in several of my differentiation videos. You can easily check it out, right? Okay. Let's move on. So it will be 2 cos inverse x into, we know ddx of cos inverse x, that means differentiation of cos inverse x equals to minus 1 by root over 1 minus x square. Just remember this formula. This is the formula for the differentiation of cos inverse x. Okay, ddx of cos inverse x means minus 1 by root over 1 minus x square. And if it is ddx of sin inverse x, then it would have become 1 divided by root over 1 minus x square only. There would not be any minus term in the differentiation of sin inverse x, right? Okay, so we have minus 2 cos inverse x divided by root over 1 minus x square as of now, as the dividends of this part. Okay, now if we look at the resulting expression, we have 1 minus x square into d2y by dx square. So what we will do now, just look here in the denominator, this part equals to this part. So we'll only consider this part in the right hand side, and in the left hand side we have dy dx. So if we cross multiply root over 1 minus x square into left side, root over 1 minus x square dy dx equals to minus 2 cos inverse x at the right hand side. If you remember, while discussing about the second order differentiation, I have mentioned that you can take fx as y, you can take y1 as f dash x or dy dx, okay, and you can take y2 as f double dash x or d2y by dx square. Just remember this thing so that we can, it's nothing that it will help you to solve your problem in more simplified manner. Just instead of dy dx you can write y1, and instead of d2y by dx square you can write y2. That's it. Okay. Now we need to have this as the resulting expression. So if we whole square it and consider dy dx as y1, and we will consider d2y by dx square as y2. Okay. So what I can write 1 minus x square y1 square. Why? Because from this line we are squaring both the sides. Okay, we are squaring, so it will be 4 cos inverse x whole square, right? And we know y equals to cos inverse x whole square, so we can easily replace cos inverse x whole square as y. So it will be 4y. Remember, from this line to this line we are squaring. Okay, we are squaring from this line to this line, right? Now we will differentiate both the sides with respect to a. So what we will get, at first 1 minus x square constant, the derivative of y1 square is 2 into y1, and the derivative of y1, that means derivative of dy dx would be d2y by dx square, which is y2. Did you get that point? I am explaining it again. Like, it is a u function and y1 square is a v function. So in case of ddx of u into v, what we do? We take u as constant, then do the differentiation of v, and plus we take v as constant, we'll do the differentiation of u. So here 1 minus x square is u and y1 square is v. So when we are differentiating y1 square, so it will be 2y1, and again we need to differentiate y1 with respect to x. So if we differentiate dy dx, which is y1, with respect to x, so it will be d2y by dx square, which is y2. That's why we have written y2 over here, right? And we'll take y1 square as constant, and differentiation of 1 minus x square would be minus 2x, as 1 is a constant term. Okay, minus 2x, and here the differentiation of 4y would be 4 into dy dx, as 4 is a constant term, and differentiate, sorry, I will use y1 as the dy dx, so you do not get confused, right? So as you can see from here, from these three parts, we have 2y1 part common. 2y1 part common. We can take 2y1 as common. If we take 2y1 as common from both the sides, we will get 1 minus x square into y2 minus x into y1 equals to 2y1 into 2. So that means it is 4y1, right? So if we cancel out 2y1 from both the sides, what we have? 1 minus x square y2, and y2 means you know d2y by d square, that means 1 minus x square y2 minus x into y1, right, equals to 2. Okay, so finally we can write 1 minus x square d2y by dx square minus x into dy dx equals to 2. Okay, so we have the option C as the right answer. So I hope you have understood this problem. Just go step by step and pause the video if you require, so it will be easy to understand. Do not forget y1 equals to dy dx and y2 equals to d2y by dx square, right? So we'll move on to the next problem now. So I hope these videos are helpful for you guys. Okay, so and let me also know if you require any other kind of videos or any other solution you want me to provide for you for any kind of problem, or even you can suggest me how I can better my videos so that I can help you understand much more better. Okay, and do like and subscribe the channel Math Magic. Okay, and also do keep an eye on my Instagram account and my Facebook page and group as the same name like Math Magic. Okay, so we'll move on to the next problem now.